What's up? Welcome back to the channel. What are we doing today? Well, me and my trusty sidekick over here, we're going to wrap up this beautiful Maria mango once again. Once again, yes, once again. I'm going to go ahead and show you exactly what we're going to do here. As I attempt to go ahead and get this tree on camera. Yeah, something in there. But I'm going to go ahead, bring this back. I got a little tripod action, so hang with me and let's wrap this bad girl up and I'll show you what it is that we're doing here. Now, I will go ahead and give you a warning. Once I put on the plastic, it will make some noise, so I will let you know when though. But thanks a lot for tuning in. We are expecting 35 tonight according to the apps, right? So the apps will tell you 35, 36, and in all reality, we're getting down to, I would say, 4 to 6 degrees below that, depending on the night. But on average, 3 to 4 degrees. So if they say that tonight's going to be 35, I'm expecting 31, 30. You never really know. So I'd rather err on the side of caution. This is my largest tree of her, so I gotta protect her. And I'll show you what it is that we do. So what I have here is a fitted king size sheet. I got Nana coming in as well. You want to help out by all means? We got some help here. So what I do is I'll go ahead and use this stick to go ahead and cover the top with this fitted sheet first, and I will slowly put those around the top. And I know some of you are asking, hey, I see some crunchy tops over here and whatnot. And yes, hang on, let me go ahead and let me pull some back over this way here. If you're asking about the crunchy tops, yes, this baby already took a hit. I gotta pull some back over this way here. She took a hit earlier, so we're filming over there. If you want to say hello, hello. She doesn't have a mic, but hi guys. She's down here. She took a hit already, but it's just foliage, folks. Don't really stress about it. Yes, and some flowers, but it's early on. I can go ahead and get this. Maybe you guys will catch me fall off on camera. That would be fun too. But no, it's just some foliage. It's just foliage. Don't worry about it. This is about keeping her alive at the moment. That's more important than just some leaves, right? So try to use a stick to my best advantage because I'm short. But even so, it doesn't have to be perfect because we're going to use the sheets to come around it to go ahead and button it up. Ideally, it's, you know, centered a little bit more, but it's, wow, that is pretty bad. Hang on here, folks. We got to fix that. It looks really bad, and they will sit back. I know what you're thinking. Terrible demonstration. I know. Hang on here. Because he got one side over here. Yeah. We try to go ahead and do 50-50-ish, but once you put it up here, you don't want to pull too much one side or the other because you don't want to break nothing. Everything's a little fragile still. But anyways, something like that. Top is good. Yep. It's wrapped in there. You don't have to stress about it too much. And here's why. Because now we'll take some, what do you call these, Nana? Just like flat sheets? Flat sheets. Yep. That's it. And regular flat sheets. Staple them to the top or to the bottom of this other one. Nothing fancy, just your, hang on here, handy dandy little stapler there. Cheap one. Goes right through, and it's cheap, right? The staples are cheap enough that rip them off every night, reattach them the next. It becomes easier the more times you do this. Really, you get better, right? Right now, there's not much wind, so that's a blessing. Yesterday, it was ripping through here. Was it yesterday, day before? Oh my gosh. It's like 50-mile-an-hour wind, so A lot of things were going down. I had to stitch up a lot of the stuff in the greenhouse. It's under emergency mode here, but the sun comes out again, everything calms down. It gives you time to fix the snafus, right? All right, so what we're doing is just stitching around the top there, and you want to try to make it to where it hits the ground. No, it won't be perfect. Wait. It's all right. No. It's all right. Is it on something important? Whoa, whoa, whoa. Watch out. You started grabbing it on me. Watch out. All right. That's fine. You can float it. That's all right. So you just kind of want it to... Yeah, safety first. Safety first. Here, want this one to hold it? Give me 1 sec. Here, let me just attach it on here. Whoa, man. You're good. I'm not doing anything. It's just you. All right. Going down over here, folks. Hang on here. It's just grass, if so. But we staple it there. Yeah, stay there. And we try to go ahead and get it down all the way down here to the ground. We'll show you quick 360 in just 1 second here. Yes. Right there. Okay. If you make a mistake with the staple, with the stapler or whatnot, remove them, reattach it. It's not a big deal. But you want to make sure that none of the foliage is sticking out. Because, Kiwi, get out of there. We were snacking on something. Making sure that the foliage does not come out because the plastic doesn't or shouldn't touch the foliage. If so, that's when you can freeze the whole entire tree. So you don't want that. Give me 1 sec. We'll bring you all around once I'm done. Okay, right here. Good job. Easier with some assistance. Doing it by yourself is no fun. Doable, right? You just have to be a little bit slower and easier trying to go ahead and put the blankets up on top. But you can do it one person. It's just not fun, folks. Two is always better than one. All right. Okay. There you go. Something like that. Yes. Excellent. It doesn't have to be perfect because you're going to put plastic over the top of this. So any imperfections will be covered up for the most part. You just don't want anything green sticking out. And know where the entrance is going to be. Because in this situation, I will be using a little heater in here. Right here? So you have to know which side that's on. That way you can get to it. What I'm going to do is, I'm going to show you guys exactly the setup. I'll have it installed, and then I'll go ahead and close and do all of that. And then I'll just plug it and unplug it up there at the top. Don't say anything, guys. This is how we're going to do it, all right? So, before we go ahead and do anything else, let me give you guys a quick 360 view here of how it looks. So, all the way up to the top there, just go ahead and staple the top to the best of your abilities. All right, and this is 2. Are these king size on the bottom as well? King size on the bottom. So, well, staple up the seams here. But let me show you the inside over here. And now you got a little tent, if you will, right? This pot is where the heater will go. Right, that way I'm not blowing the heat right at the trunk and heating it up. So in 1 sec, I'll show you. I'll install it and then we're going to wrap it. Got this super duper expensive heater that no one else has. I'm kidding. It is a cheap $30 heater from Amazon. If I can get that in there. Yeah, it's a cheap one. And all I have to do is put it on low. All I need this to be is just above freezing technically. And in this little setup, I'm noticing that I can get it about 15 to almost even 20 degree difference. So that's a pretty big difference because it's just tight little cone here, something like that. Nothing too fancy. Got a nice long extension cord. And then I'll just button that up and then just plug it in over there. All right, that way I can just have, important thing is I do have a sensor inside, a little thermometer. That way I can go ahead and watch it from inside of the house to make sure that it's not going to overheat. Or if the power, if the power goes out, then I know if she's too cold in there. So it is important. Otherwise, I wouldn't suggest you putting a heat lamp or anything like that, me personally, without knowing the temp inside, because you could cook your stuff. Now, all wrapped up with sheets. You could stop there if you were just on the verge, right? But we go ahead. Dun, dun, dun. We got her out here helping out. She is a blessing out here. Y'all have no idea. So now the plastic. Now this is the part where it's going to get a little bit noisy because I'll be inside trying to go ahead and maneuver this plastic up and over my head. So just bear with me. If you have to put it on mute, I get it. It will be noisy. 1 second. In a perfect world, I would edit all this out. But we press on. All right, so we don't need much. Hang on, let me flip this over. That grips. Just make sure you get someone down here. Should be good. Good, right? All right. Not bad, not bad. So you want to make sure that you don't just pull from one side to the next, because you can't just bend that whole entire tree. That's why it's important to have some sort of structure underneath there.
It came all the way down, so it was one smooth.
All right, so now we can just take this and wrap this up, close off the ends, staple them up. Winds are pretty low. If the winds were a lot higher right now, I would have it more. You still want to open up the bottom to allow the heat to go ahead and rise and kind of heat it up, even though I had the heater in there. But if the winds were really high right now, I'd have it a little bit slimmer. Because they're not, it can be a little bit wider. It really doesn't matter. But bear with me once again. We're going to make some noise. Let's pull it this way, because the wind is coming from this way. Yeah, we'll go ahead and close this way. Wind's coming from the north.
Yeah, but what's your entrance?
It doesn't matter. I don't need an entrance anymore because the heater's already inside. See, we clip it here, little sandwich clips, because there isn't any wind. And then, well,
got another one right here.
Hang on. I think I'm just going to go ahead and go right into the staple there, if you don't mind. That way you can hold it, and then we can use those other parts. And there's no perfect way, folks. You go ahead, you figure it out. Something like that. And you can use garden staples, or in this instance, what we're going to use is just some bricks to go ahead and line the outside, right? That way it weighs down the bottom. But it's nothing crazy. This is just some 6 mil plastic. Some 6 mil plastic. And we'll take these little bricks here, landscaping bricks, lay them down. Well, this other brick here. That way the wind doesn't blow this bad girl over. But these are all wrapped up, mummified, y'all. This is what we have to do in order to ensure that we get some good mangoes up here in Blue Springs. Don't know what to tell you. That, or we're just Coco Loco, but She's still small at this stage. Maybe one more year, although it all depends, right? We never know. But wrapped up, nice and toasty. Keep yours nice and warm. Do what you got to do. On the cheap, this plastic you get at Home Depot. It comes in a roll or big box store. They're not sponsored. But anyways, have a great time. Stay warm, y'all. Woo, mangoes are coming, y'all.